Boxed Off Blues, your source for all things Everton. And just Pelton and here to talk about Everton's 3-0 win over Doncaster Rovers in the first round of the League Cup, or the first game at least. And yeah, it was kind of went how I think probably a lot of people expected it. I think we all probably thought, 99% of the time Everton were going to win this game. And it was probably not going to be the best spectacle, the funnest game in the world. Obviously, these early rounds of the Cup that we have every single year, that they are a case of playing a lower ranked team, attendance is down by a couple of thousand. We get people going to their first games. I know mine was a cup game at this stage, sort of 20 odd years ago. People who maybe have been the match for ages ago or whatever it might be. So they're always slightly different games, but it's obviously nice to see a team win, score a few goals. And I think, to be honest with you, obviously you've got to win the game, for certain, and you want to win by, a couple of goals if possible. But I don't know, they just feel like a little bit almost pre-season-y really, in a way, in terms of if you win, you're not going to be like shouting from the rooftops and like dead shut. Obviously you're happy and you're pleased, and it's obviously much better than losing, but I think it's more a case of, right, can we get some players in the team who maybe haven't got some minutes, like O'Brien, Lindstrom, can we get them up to speed, players like Garner, Coleman come back from injuries, and then someone like Beto, try and play him into form a little bit. I think it's a case of, and also obviously resting some players well, like Tarkowski, Decore, I think obviously got a rest as well, from the side, and I say, I think it's a case of the result definitely comes first, unlike in pre-season, but it kind of should come, and then get a couple of young lads on, Dixon and Armstrong, and it went perfectly in that regard. Did Everton play particularly well? Not really, but do I think it could have a bearing on our result going into the weekend? Yeah, sure, why not? Because I say hopefully the likes of Coleman, Garner, maybe even Beto, they're going to play and die, and they all did quite well. So the first half, I think it was a fairly dull affair. Beto could have scored early doors, ball across the box, and he just misses a touch on it. Doncaster had a good chance, good save from Pickford of the Gladys Street, and obviously James Garner hit the post right at the end of the first half. You worry a little bit when you see that hit the post, thinking, we're not winning this game here. We haven't played particularly well, as I say, and also, but before then, Doncaster probably had the best chance of the match. You're a little bit worried, but sort of 5-10 into the second half, lovely run by Lindstrom down the right, does well, picks out a Rabuna, who looks like he scores his first goal for Everton, hits Dwight McNeil on the foot on the way in, which is interesting because obviously you wonder whether that will do anything for McNeil's confidence, because it's not like he's gone and scored a worldie like he did 3 or 4 times last season. He's quite lucky to have his name on the score sheet, but you wonder, will that help him in terms of his confidence a little bit? He started the season quite poorly, unfortunately for us, in my opinion, but he obviously gets his name on the score sheet. The announcer, Sam Ross, did both goal scorers. It was a bit strange, but it doesn't really matter. It was 1-0 up, and I say the relief's kind of like, all right, cool, now we shouldn't be losing this game from here. And Doncaster, they had nothing really after that chance earlier on, and then we started to pick them off a little bit, and I picks the ball up sort of 5-10 yards inside the Doncaster half, spins one player, falls on the floor, absolutely rinses the centre half, and a lovely finish on his left foot, takes it early, catches the keeper off guard, and it's a terrific first goal from to get the league to opposition. And I do think after our first goal you could really see the difference in quality. Saw it in bits early in the game, but I think from our first goal we were the better team all over the pitch really, and Doncaster were kind of probably rather keeping the score down and trying to go and get an equaliser. But terrific goal from Ndai. Hopefully that gives him some confidence, and hopefully it means we're going to see more of him on the weekend, because he's a player people wanted to see since he's come in. They just obviously decided to sort of ebb him into the side and not just throw him in the deep end, which hopefully, a bit like Bramford last season, hopefully it has a positive impact and effect for us, and as they can play him into fitness, get a bit of match sharpness. But terrific goal from him, the kind of goal I definitely thought we were going to see from him if he did well and hit the ground running at Everton like they did at Sheffield a couple of seasons ago. But yeah, terrific stuff. I thought he played really, really well. He's probably our best attacking player on the night. And then, he laid loads of change as the game's coming towards the end. Then Beto, after a nice build-up from Everton, to be fair. Good ball into Mikalenko, then finds Beto. Looks like he's messed it up a little bit, but same as always, Beto limbs are everywhere, and he just prods it home. And obviously he scored against Doncaster last season. Didn't quite have the sort of transformative effect I was hoping it was going to have on him in his sort of Everton career, but hopefully this season with Carabao again struggling at the start of the season, you're hoping, can this be a big one for him, and maybe he can go on to potentially play a bigger role on Saturday than he has done so far. But he worked hard better, and I actually thought some of his play was really good, some of it was a bit poor, but he works hard, keeps going, and I think I saw the times last season he'd come on in games and he wasn't running about, he wasn't working hard, and I thought, this is a bit strange, because it's kind of like the bread and butter for Better, it's what everyone says he's good at, and he wasn't doing it, which I thought was quite weird. But yesterday he was all over the shop and working hard for the team, and deserved his goal in the end, so that was nice. The draw's down below for the next round. We've got Southampton at home, which you'd take. Obviously got this nonsense with the European teams playing against opposition that aren't in Europe. I cannot get my head around this at all. And the fact that 4 of them are at home as well just seems bizarre. So like Liverpool and City, you'd imagine have probably got buys pretty much. Arsenal not far off as well. So very, very strange. But Southampton at home, I think you take that. They're probably not going to be too fussed about the Cups this season. You'd like to think we'd have more of an interest. But obviously you have to wait and see those games we played in about 3 weeks' time. So yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. Who stood out for you, who played well, who do you want maybe see coming to the side for the weekend, and maybe who probably didn't take their chance at this early stage of the competition. So let me know down below, and we'll see you next time. Next one.